Welcome to Book Buzz Reviews and Summaries. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of purpose, excitement, and joy about the day ahead. For many, that sounds like a distant dream, a far cry from the daily grind that leaves us feeling drained, frustrated, and unfulfilled. But what if the key to enjoying both your life and your job wasn't about changing your circumstances, but changing the way you think? In How to Enjoy Your Life and Your Job, Dale Carnegie, one of the most influential self-help authors of all time, offers a roadmap to finding happiness not just in our personal lives, but in the workplace as well. Whether you're in a high-powered career, just starting out, or feeling stuck in a job you're not passionate about, Carnegie reveals that true contentment doesn't come from external factors like promotions or paychecks. Instead, it comes from mastering your mindset and reshaping your attitude toward life's challenges. Carnegie begins with a question that cuts straight to the heart of modern dissatisfaction: why do so many of us dread Mondays? The feeling of being trapped in a cycle of working only for the weekend isn't just a symptom of a bad job, it's often a reflection of how we approach life itself. By addressing the root cause of this unhappiness, Carnegie teaches us how to break free from the cycle and discover fulfillment, no matter what kind of work we do. Through timeless principles and real-life examples, Carnegie shows that the difference between people who love their work and those who loathe it often lies in their ability to find meaning and purpose in what they do. Instead of focusing on what you don't like about your job, Carnegie encourages you to focus on what you can control: your attitude. He explains how gratitude, positivity, and a sense of ownership over your work can dramatically change your experience. Even the most mundane tasks can become opportunities for personal growth and satisfaction when approached with the right mindset. Carnegie doesn't stop there. He offers practical strategies for dealing with stress, improving relationships with colleagues, and navigating the complexities of modern work life. He shows us how to build stronger connections with others, foster teamwork, and lead with empathy, skills that not only enhance job satisfaction but make us more effective in our roles. The book emphasizes that people who enjoy their jobs often have strong interpersonal relationships, as they've learned to communicate better, understand others' perspectives, and resolve conflicts in constructive ways. The brilliance of How to Enjoy Your Life and Your Job lies in its simplicity. Carnegie's advice isn't about overhauling your life or making drastic changes. Instead, it's about small, daily actions that can lead to profound shifts in how you feel about your work and your life. It's about letting go of what you can't control and focusing on the joy that can be found in the present moment. If you're tired of feeling stuck or uninspired, Carnegie's classic wisdom will give you the tools you need to transform your work and your life into something you can truly enjoy. Introduction. Dale Carnegie's How to Enjoy Your Life and Your Job is an enduring classic that offers timeless wisdom about how to find greater satisfaction in both your personal and professional life. Written by the author of the globally renowned How to Win Friends and Influence People, this book takes many of the principles Carnegie has espoused in his earlier works and applies them to the specific context of career and everyday living. His central aim is to show readers how to cultivate a positive mindset, build meaningful relationships, and navigate the stresses of daily work in order to lead a more fulfilling and enjoyable life. Carnegie's writing style is simple, direct, and packed with practical advice, often illustrated with anecdotes from his life and the experiences of successful people. This approach makes the book accessible to a wide audience, from business professionals to individuals seeking personal growth. Despite being written decades ago, its principles resonate with contemporary readers, as they focus on universal human emotions, motivations, and behaviors. The book teaches that while external circumstances may not always be in our control, our attitude and approach to those circumstances can make all the difference. In this detailed review, we will dive into the key concepts and lessons presented in the book, exploring how each chapter offers readers actionable steps to increase their joy in both life and work. Carnegie's ideas on how to improve one's work life, develop positive attitudes, reduce stress, and build better interpersonal relationships are just as relevant today as they were when he first penned the book. Chapter 1: Fundamental Techniques for Handling People. The first chapter sets the foundation for the rest of the book by focusing on human interactions and the fundamental principles of dealing with people. Carnegie emphasizes that the ability to effectively manage relationships is crucial to enjoying both your job and life. He presents 3 key rules for handling people, which are: 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Carnegie argues that criticism often causes resentment rather than improvement. People are much more likely to respond positively when they feel respected and understood. Constructive feedback, when delivered with care, is far more effective than harsh criticism. 2. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Acknowledging and appreciating others' efforts is a simple but powerful way to motivate them and improve relationships. Carnegie notes that appreciation should always be genuine, as people can easily detect flattery or insincerity. 3. Arouse in the other person an eager want. Understanding what motivates others and appealing to their desires is a key to persuasion and influence. Carnegie advises that we should focus on what the other person wants rather than what we want, as this fosters cooperation and goodwill. These principles set the tone for the rest of the book, as Carnegie continuously emphasizes the importance of fostering positive, respectful relationships in both personal and professional settings. By mastering these techniques, readers can not only improve their social interactions, but also enhance their overall sense of fulfillment. Chapter 2: 6 Ways to Make People Like You. Carnegie's second chapter builds on the first by offering practical advice on how to be likable and win people over. His approach is not about manipulation, but rather about showing genuine interest in others and creating authentic connections. The 6 strategies he presents are: 1. Become genuinely interested in other people. Carnegie suggests that showing interest in others, rather than trying to make them interested in you, is the key to building strong relationships. Asking questions, listening attentively, and showing empathy are all ways to express genuine interest. 2. Smile. A smile can go a long way in creating a positive first impression and making others feel at ease. Carnegie points out that a smile is a simple, universal gesture that conveys friendliness and warmth. 3. Remember that a person's name is, to that person, the sweetest sound in any language. Using someone's name in conversation shows that you value and recognize them as an individual. Carnegie advises that remembering and using people's names is a small gesture that can have a big impact on your relationships. 4. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. People appreciate being heard and understood. Carnegie encourages readers to listen more than they speak, allowing others to express themselves and feel valued in the conversation. 5. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Finding common ground and discussing topics that interest the other person can help you build rapport and strengthen connections. Carnegie suggests that this is a way to show empathy and understanding. 6. Make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. Everyone wants to feel valued and appreciated. Carnegie emphasizes that making others feel important is not about flattery but about recognizing their contributions and worth. These 6 techniques are simple yet powerful tools for building strong, positive relationships. By applying them, readers can enhance their interactions with coworkers, friends, and family members, ultimately leading to a more enjoyable and fulfilling life. Chapter 3: 12 Ways to Win People to Your Way of Thinking. In the 3rd chapter, Carnegie delves into the art of persuasion and influence, offering 12 strategies for convincing others to see things from your perspective. These techniques are grounded in empathy and respect for the other person's viewpoint. Some of the key strategies include: 1. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Carnegie argues that no one truly wins an argument. Instead of engaging in confrontational debates, it's better to seek common ground and resolve differences diplomatically. 2. Show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say, "You're wrong." People are naturally defensive when their opinions are challenged. Carnegie suggests that, rather than directly contradicting someone, you should show respect for their perspective and gently introduce your own point of view. 3. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Admitting your mistakes not only shows humility but also earns the respect of others. Carnegie encourages readers to own up to their errors, as doing so builds trust and strengthens relationships. 4. Begin in a friendly way. Starting a conversation or negotiation on a positive note sets the tone for a productive and amicable interaction. Carnegie emphasizes that friendliness can diffuse tension and create a more cooperative atmosphere. 5. Let the other person feel that the idea is theirs. People are more likely to support an idea if they feel ownership over it. Carnegie advises that instead of imposing your ideas on others, you should guide them toward the conclusion you want them to reach, allowing them to feel that they arrived at it on their own. These strategies are particularly useful in professional settings, where collaboration and persuasion are essential. Carnegie's advice empowers readers to influence others in a way that fosters cooperation and goodwill, rather than conflict and resentment. Chapter 4: 9 Ways to Change People Without Arousing Resentment. In this chapter, Carnegie addresses one of the most difficult challenges in both personal and professional life: getting others to change their behavior. His approach focuses on constructive, positive reinforcement rather than criticism or punishment. Some of his key suggestions include: 1. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. When you need to correct someone's behavior, starting with positive feedback can make them more receptive to your suggestions. Carnegie notes that people are more likely to change if they feel valued and respected. 2. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly, rather than pointing out someone's mistakes in a blunt or accusatory manner. Carnegie suggests framing your feedback in a way that allows the person to recognize the issue without feeling attacked. 3. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. By admitting your own mistakes first, you create an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding. This makes the other person more likely to accept constructive criticism. 4. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Carnegie argues that asking questions, rather than issuing commands, empowers people to take ownership of their actions. This approach fosters a sense of collaboration rather than hierarchy. 5. Let the other person save face. Criticism can be damaging to someone's self-esteem. Carnegie advises that when you need to correct someone, you should do so in a way that allows them to maintain their dignity. This chapter offers valuable insights for leaders, managers, and anyone in a position of influence. By following Carnegie's advice, readers can encourage positive behavior change without creating resentment or damaging relationships. Chapter 5: 7 Rules for Making Your Job More Enjoyable. Carnegie shifts the focus in this chapter to the workplace, offering practical tips for finding more enjoyment in your job. His advice centers on cultivating a positive attitude, building strong relationships with coworkers, and finding meaning in your work. The 7 rules he presents are: 1. Find the positive in your work. Carnegie emphasizes that no job is perfect, but focusing on the aspects of your work that you enjoy can help shift your mindset. He encourages readers to look for opportunities to learn and grow, even in challenging situations. 2. Take pride in your accomplishments. Celebrating your achievements, no matter how small, can boost your morale and increase your sense of satisfaction. Carnegie suggests that taking pride in your work is a key to long-term fulfillment. 3. Avoid negativity and gossip. Workplace negativity can be contagious. Carnegie advises readers to steer clear of toxic conversations and focus on building positive, constructive relationships with their colleagues. 4. Help others succeed. Carnegie argues that one of the most fulfilling aspects of work is helping others achieve their goals. By supporting your coworkers and contributing to their success, you can create a more collaborative and enjoyable work environment. 5. Set realistic goals. Unrealistic expectations can lead to frustration and burnout. Carnegie encourages readers to set achievable goals and to celebrate progress along the way. This chapter is particularly helpful for those struggling to find fulfillment in their jobs. Carnegie's advice reminds readers that while they may not be able to control every aspect of their work environment, they can control their attitude and approach. Chapter 6: How to Prevent Fatigue and Worry. In this chapter, Carnegie addresses 2 of the most common issues faced by adults in both their personal and professional lives: fatigue and worry. He offers practical tips for managing stress, maintaining energy, and staying focused on the positive. Some of his key suggestions include: 1. Live in day-tight compartments. Carnegie advises readers to focus on the present moment rather than worrying about the past or future. This mindset, which he refers to as living in day-tight compartments, helps reduce anxiety and stress. 2. Prioritize your tasks. Carnegie encourages readers to focus on the most important tasks first and to avoid becoming overwhelmed by trying to do everything at once. 3. Take breaks and rest when needed. Overwork can lead to burnout and fatigue. Carnegie emphasizes the importance of taking regular breaks and ensuring that you get enough rest to maintain your energy levels. 4. Cultivate a positive attitude. A positive mindset can help you stay motivated and resilient, even in difficult situations. Carnegie suggests practicing gratitude and focusing on the aspects of your life that bring you joy. By following these tips, readers can reduce stress, prevent burnout, and enjoy greater peace of mind. Conclusion: creating a life and career you truly enjoy. As we conclude how to enjoy your life and your job, it becomes clear that Dale Carnegie's timeless wisdom offers more than just advice on surviving the workday. It's a guide to truly thriving in both your personal and professional life. Carnegie's principles are rooted in the understanding that happiness and fulfillment don't come from the perfect job or an ideal life situation. Instead, they stem from how we choose to engage with the world around us, how we treat others, and, most importantly, how we manage our own mindset. One of the most powerful lessons Carnegie imparts is the importance of taking responsibility for our own happiness. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that external circumstances, a better boss, a higher salary, or a different job, will magically solve our discontent. But as Carnegie reminds us, the key to enjoying life lies in our ability to change our attitude, not just our environment. Learning to find joy and meaning in everyday moments, cultivating positive relationships, and practicing gratitude are all fundamental to a happy, fulfilling life. The book emphasizes that work, while a significant part of our lives, doesn't have to be a source of stress or frustration. Through practical steps, like prioritizing tasks, delegating effectively, and maintaining a positive attitude toward colleagues, we can transform how we view and approach our job. Carnegie's focus on empathy, active listening, and sincere appreciation for others can turn even the most mundane work into a meaningful and satisfying experience. What sets how to enjoy your life and your job apart is its emphasis on human connection. Whether in the workplace or in our personal lives, our interactions with others greatly influence our happiness. Carnegie's timeless advice to smile more and show genuine interest in others serves as a reminder that the energy we put into our relationships often determines the quality of our experiences. By fostering good relationships with coworkers, family, and friends, we create an environment that supports both personal growth and job satisfaction. At the heart of Carnegie's teachings is the idea that our thoughts shape our reality. If we approach life with a sense of optimism and purpose, we'll find joy in our work, even when challenges arise. If we focus on the negative, we risk missing the opportunities for growth and satisfaction that are all around us. Shifting our mindset from one of frustration or boredom to one of curiosity and enthusiasm can radically transform how we experience both work and life. In conclusion, how to enjoy your life and your job isn't just a guide to improving your work experience, it's a roadmap for cultivating a rich, fulfilling life. By applying Carnegie's principles, you'll not only find more satisfaction in your career, but also discover deeper meaning in everyday moments. The key to enjoying life is within your control. It's about making conscious choices, nurturing relationships, and maintaining a positive attitude. With these tools, you can create a life and career that truly bring you joy. Please read the book to learn more and consider subscribing to support the channel. Thank you.